The middle class is built on good intentions and quiet pressure. You work, you earn, you try to give your family a comfortable life, and you make choices that feel reasonable in the moment. Then one day you look at the bank balance and wonder why the math doesn't add up. It isn't that you're careless, it's that the modern economy is a maze designed with familiar doors that open into rooms you never meant to rent. The way out is not a radical lifestyle, but a set of specific corrections. 10 traps to see clearly and sidestep, with systems instead of willpower. The first trap is living at the bank's approval limit. A lender tells you what you can afford, and it sounds like a green light from a grown-up. You accept a mortgage or car payment at the top of a range that was calculated for the bank's risk, not your quality of life. The result is a household where the big fixed costs eat your month, and every other choice, food, saving, travel, kids' activities, has to beg for scraps. Payments at the limit also amplify risk. Small surprises become big problems because there is no slack. The escape is to choose a payment that fits on a calm month without borrowing energy from next month. That means buying the house that leaves room to breathe and picking the car that does its job without rebranding you. If you already overreached, you have levers. Refinance when terms allow, move one ring away from the hottest neighborhood at renewal, add a roommate for a season, or redirect renovations into rebuilding cash. Life gets lighter the week your payment fits your real budget, not the bank's model. The second trap is subscription creep dressed up as convenience. $5 here, $9 there, a free trial that becomes a second rent in your banking history. You forget because forgetting is the business model. The antidote is a 10-minute audit and a rule. Time box the audit. Open your card statements, search for the words subscription, renewal, and trial, and mark every charge that doesn't make your week better. Cancel in one sitting. Then write a rule you can follow mid-scroll. New subscriptions are annual decisions, not impulse signups. If it isn't worth paying for a year or for a full price month without a trial, it isn't worth your attention. Filter promotional emails into an ads folder you view on Fridays only. Subscriptions stop being traps when they have to pass through a door labeled on purpose. The third trap is upgrading to manage stress. Long days turn dinner into delivery, weekends into shopping, and boredom into browsing. You buy time and mood with money, but the purchases don't solve the source, so the cycle repeats. Stress spending is expensive because it stacks. The alternative is to invest in the few upgrades that permanently lower friction: a right-sized commute, a mattress that repairs sleep, a weekly meal rhythm that prevents 6 p.m. panic, a house cleaning session you actually use to recover family time, and a batch of pantry staples that make real food fast feel automatic. One lever at a time, you reduce the moments when your nervous system tries to bribe itself. The money you stop spending on short-lived relief compiles into a cushion that makes you calmer than any package ever did. The fourth trap is treating kids' activities as a measure of love. The middle class is generous with children and ruthless with itself, and marketers know it. Every season brings a new uniform, a development program, travel teams, and gear that outgrows itself. You want to give your kids a rich childhood, but a calendar built on paid activities can crowd out free play, neighbors, and sleep. Pick a principle instead of a price tag. One anchor activity per child per season, chosen for joy and character, not prestige. Local before travel, used gear before new, trade and swap with other parents, and a plan for plenty of unstructured time at home or in the park. Your kids need your presence more than your payments, and your savings rate is one of the greatest educational gifts you can hand them because it buys you options when they need you most. The fifth trap is points theater with plastic. Credit cards are powerful tools when they run on autopay and serve a simple budget. They are mess makers when they become a hobby. Middle-class households get lured into chasing sign-up bonuses and category multipliers that outperform only on YouTube. In real life, the annual fees, added complexity, and the risk of a single interest-bearing month erase the value. Calm beats clever. One or two no-fee or low-fee cards with straightforward rewards, auto pay for the full statement balance, alerts for large transactions, and utilization under 10 to 30%. If you love travel, you can graduate into a points ecosystem later, but only after a year of perfect behavior. A free flight you pay interest on wasn't free. It was a very scenic detour from your goals. The sixth trap is car identity. Cars are tools that also whisper status, and status speaks loudly at school pickups and stoplights. The mistake is to buy a monthly feeling. A new SUV at $750 plus insurance plus fuel can compress a household that would otherwise be comfortable. A reliable used car with a diagnosis fund and a paid-off title is not settling. It is a raise you gave your future self. If a car is a work necessity, invest in reliability and safety first. If it's a weekend ornament, rent the feeling once a year and keep your cash. Leasing isn't evil, but it's often an expensive way to rent identity. People who look calm on the road often bought a car 2 trims down and keep it 6 years longer than the ads suggest. Calm looks better in traffic than Chrome ever did. The seventh trap is the home as project spiral. You buy a place and the house starts talking. The backsplash is out of date, the fixtures are tired, the floors don't match the idea in your head. You open the app just to look, and a contractor shows up in your calendar. Renovations can solve real problems, but they also easily become a habit that eats money and weekends. Set a rule that protects your savings rate. One upgrade per year that removes a recurring annoyance or increases safety and durability. A second only when the debt on the first is zero and the emergency fund is intact. Do projects in the order of eyesore, safety, efficiency, joy. A right-sized kitchen faucet may beat a countertop replacement this year because it ends 10 little irritations a day. The house will keep making suggestions. You decide whether to take them or schedule them for a better season. The eighth trap is the automatic prestige package in education. The middle class honors degrees, and rightly, education can transform earnings and identity. The trap is assuming that the most expensive path is also the most valuable. Families sign promissory notes for majors without clear payback, or for schools where the sticker price buys aura more than outcomes. A better approach is to start with the work. Where do graduates from this program land? What are the starting salaries? What internships are typical? Who recruits here? How many complete the program? And what does the debt-to-income ratio look like in year 3? If a prestigious path opens doors you wouldn't otherwise access and the math clears, proceed proudly. If a lower-cost route with strong outcomes exists, community college to transfer, in-state programs with great departments, employer tuition benefits, give your future self a gift and take it. The name on the diploma matters less than the skills you can show and the projects you can talk about without notes. The ninth trap is waiting for raises to fix habits. New money arrives and old patterns expand to fill it. This is gravitational. It happens to nearly everyone without a pre-commitment. The way out is to write a raise rule before the raise. A fixed percentage to investments, a fixed percentage to debt or cash goals, and a small slice to lifestyle that removes friction you actually feel. Execute the rule the day HR confirms the change. The next paycheck then feels like a win without becoming a spree. 2 years of executing a raise rule will change your slope more than 2 decades of complaining about prices ever will. You will discover that your tastes improve when your savings rate does, because you start paying for fit and durability rather than for temporary displays. The 10th trap is confusing busyness for a plan. The middle class is excellent at tasks and terrible at systems. You clip coupons, drive across town for a discount, sign up for apps that track pennies, and ignore the 4 decisions that move dollars: housing, transportation, food rhythms, and the default flow of your paycheck. Motion without leverage keeps you tired and saves little. The alternative is boring on purpose: an automatic payday split into a bills account, a savings and goals account with named sub-accounts, and a free spend lane. A weekly 10-minute check of one number, the free spend balance, so your brain can stop negotiating every coffee. a monthly review where you raise your automatic contributions by 1% or renegotiate one bill, a kitchen plan that eliminates the 3 most common delivery nights, and a phone that does not shop without your permission. Systems do not require you to feel motivated on Wednesday night. They run while you live. These traps survive because they exploit identity and timing. They happen when you try to prove to yourself that you've made it, when your calendar overflows, when the school year begins, when a promotion arrives, when someone you love asks for something reasonable that adds up with 9 other reasonable things. The solution is not to become hard, it is to become specific. Write your money in a sentence you can see. We keep X%. We live below Y payment. We use debt for Z only. We buy quality where failure is expensive. We plan food on Sunday. We move bonuses by rule, and we make our phone boring. Sentences beat vibes when months get loud. You might wonder where generosity fits, because middle-class households are often the most generous in ways that don't show up in charity tax forms. The trap is giving in crisis and guilt rather than designing giving that you can sustain. Put a small automatic line in your budget for help. Gifts for friends in a tough patch, meals for a neighbor, monthly contributions to causes you believe in. Planned generosity costs less and feels better. It also keeps you from the yo-yo between we can't and do it all, which is expensive in money and mood. The goal is to be steadily useful, not sporadically dramatic. Inflation has turned into a thicket, and that's where another trap hides, chasing deals that cost you more. Driving to 3 stores to save a few dollars while paying for gas and time, buying bulk perishables you can't finish, substituting low-quality goods that fail twice as fast. These responses feel active but are inefficient. Inflation-resilient households get precise about quantity and frequency. They cook simple food more often, buy fewer items of higher quality in categories that count, rotate streaming services instead of maintaining all of them, and learn which loyalty programs actually pay and which ones are noise. They also look for efficiencies that permanently reduce bills: weather stripping, LED bulbs, a smart thermostat, renegotiated insurance, rather than becoming coupon athletes. Job insecurity is a trap that arrives in a suit. You assume that being indispensable means being irreplaceable. It often means you're holding a bag of tasks that hide your achievements. The middle-class antidote is a brag document and a portfolio of outcomes. Once a quarter, list what changed because you were there. Revenue added, waste removed, hours saved, errors eliminated. Quantify where possible. Use that evidence to ask for compensation and to make yourself legible to the external market. The moment you can explain your value to a stranger is the moment you become less vulnerable to a single employer's mood. The calm that follows will lower your spending on stress relief by more than you expect. Another quiet trap is the adulting purchase that substitutes objects for routines. You buy organizing systems, a new planner, a nicer coffee maker, a home gym, and you still feel behind. Objects without routines become clutter with receipts. Routines need one-time setup and small maintenance, a Sunday reset where you check the week, a nightly 5-minute tidy, a laundry rhythm that ends with folded clothes in drawers, a trash day linked to fridge cleanout, a calendar invite titled Payday Sweep that confirms your automation's fired. When routines are in place, the right object becomes a tool. Without routines, the right object becomes decor. Decor doesn't change your bank balance. Health spending becomes a trap when you subscribe to wellness theater. Boutique memberships, powders, gadgets, and programs multiply until your budget groans, and yet you still sleep badly and eat out of bags. The middle-class fix is to fund the boring basics first: sleep, water, movement, checkups, a pair of shoes that stop your back from barking, a decent pillow, a simple gym or a park you actually visit. Then choose one discretionary health upgrade that measurably improves your week and cancel the rest. When your energy stabilizes, you'll find it easier to keep the other traps in check because you're not renting willpower at high rates. Housing churn is a trap dressed as progress. You move for slightly nicer kitchens, a different floor plan, A shorter lease, a feeling that change equals improvement. Each move resets deposits, buying and selling costs, and the soft costs of time, missing items, and disruption. When you zoom out, the churn looks like a tax on impatience. The answer is to choose a place you can live with for several years, even if it's not photogenic, and invest in small improvements that make daily life smoother. Put felt pads on chairs, hang hooks where coats actually fall, fix the door that sticks, replace bulbs with warm light, buy a used table that fits the dinners you want to host. Make the home you have behave, and you'll stop paying the move tax. Finally, the trap that ties the others together is letting money be invisible. You avoid looking because looking feels like judgment. That avoidance turns small issues into big ones. The fix is visibility with compassion. Track your savings rate monthly. Check your free spend balance every few days. Print one page with your accounts and your rules. Post it where you see it. If you share money, do a short meeting with an agenda. One number, one win, one adjustment. As soon as money becomes visible, it stops being a fog and becomes a set of dials. You don't need to love spreadsheets. You need to know where you are and what one knob you'll turn this month. Avoiding these 10 traps is not an act of perfection. It is a set of small decisions that, once made, remove dozens of future decisions you no longer have the energy to make. You will still have months where a car repair, a wedding, and a deadline gang up on you. That's when you fall back on your rails, not on your feelings. You return to the payment you chose that fits easily. You let the subscriptions you canceled stay canceled. You keep the car that works. You choose the project over the prestige. You execute the raise rule. You run the system even when you're annoyed. That is how the middle class stays solvent and becomes quietly wealthy, not by chasing extremes, but by refusing to fund traps with attention and money. If you've stumbled into any of these rooms, you are not broken. The maze was built to catch you. The way out is already on your calendar. 1 hour this weekend to cancel, to renegotiate, to move your automations, to write your rules, and to set your phone up to stop shopping for you. The relief will be out of proportion to the effort. A month from now, your money will sound different. 2 months from now, your home will feel different. A year from now, you'll wonder why it took you so long to close the obvious doors. Then you'll show somebody else which handle to pull, and their household will get lighter too.